Ooh, what is going on, guys? Awp here. So there's another question I've been asked a few times now, and it's Awp, who do you want to see in Tekken Cross Street Fighter? And while I haven't been a Street Fighter player in a long time, the last time I seriously got into Street Fighter was Street Fighter Alpha 3. And the footage you're watching is me revisiting it with Street Fighter 4 on a fight stick that I won from Master Cup last year, and I'm finally getting around to trying it out. So who do I want in Tekken Cross Street Fighter besides Eddie Gordo? We already know for the last 5 years that Ryu is going to be in the game because we saw a simple character model inside the Tekken engine, and its very purpose is to oppose Gen Kazama because they both have an evil form. Now, I've thought of 5 characters from the Tekken side as well as 5 from the Street Fighter side in no particular order, but bouncing back and forth from each side. My first pick is going to be Ken Masters. I like to think of him as a more fierce Ryu. I'm not quite sure he's a little faster. He feels like he's a little faster, whereas Ryu is a more all-around character, and I just want to see how Hadokens work in 3 dimensions. Speaking of projectiles, that brings me to my second pick, Eliza. I didn't keep my PS3 long enough to be able to play Tekken Revolution, but from what I know, Eliza's projectile attack was an experiment to see how a move like that would be balanced in the world of Tekken. And from the looks of it, her floor Hadoken is by no means overpowered and is fun to use. Although there's a possibility that Eliza won't make it into Tekken 7, so I think this non-canon crossover game just might be the right place for her to shine yet again. Number 3 is Dan Hibiki. Back in the day, I played a little open source game known as Mugen, where you could basically fight any character from any game that has a sprite and put them on a roster as big as you wanted. Then one day I download Evil Dan. Evil Ryu and Evil Ken were also popular, and using Dan in Mugen showed me the importance of his down back kick move. It's essentially a flying kick that resembles Ryu and Ken's Senpu Kyaku. So when I played him in Alpha 3, it made me appreciate the guy a little more. Number 4 is Forrest Law. People on my channel know I like martial law, but Forrest doesn't show up often enough. I think if Tekken's going to be shown in the best light, all the obvious popular characters are going to be chosen, including martial law. But give Forrest some love, because I entered this scene in Tekken 3, so he's a character I'm attached to. My 5th pick is going to be Dhalsim. You can't tell me that with Tekken trying out projectile attacks with Eliza that you don't want to see how a guy with this kind of reach works in Tekken. We think about matchups in terms of things like frames and reach. Well, with Dhalsim, his reach might as well be all of them. Think about it, you're standing on one side of the screen, you're fighting one of those guys that likes to turtle up and dance on their half of the screen hoping that you make a mistake. All of a sudden you punch them in a kneecap full screen. Get your ass over here. This stage may not have walls and you can back up forever, but f*** you, I picked Dhalsim. Deal with it. Pick number 6 is Baek Doosan. From what we know about Tekken, high-level players consider Baek Doosan the most underwhelming character in the game. Sure, if you know your transitions and combos, you can poke and annoy your opponent forever, but in high-level play, it's simply child's play. I want to see this character get a buff that makes him better and as relevant as How Wrong, because he's completely outshined by his own student. The master is supposed to be better than the student after all. Number 7 is Poison. I have no other reason for wanting this character other than for the nostalgia factor, as well as just looking freaking cool. She's got her own projectiles I'd like to see, and it would be funny to see if she has any interactions with Leo if they both end up in the game. They could just stare at each other 1 second too long before every match, and it would be hilarious. Number 8 is Miharu Hirano. So we know this character as Xiao Yu version 2, since she's basically a clone, but here again I want one of the minor characters to shine. In Tekken 4, she was a hidden character skin for Xiao Yu, and the next time we saw her was Tekken Tag Tournament 2. That's way too long. Respect the minor characters, Harada. Show them some love. We're almost there, guys. The last Street Fighter character I want to see is Rainbow Mika. I chose this character long ago because she was last seen in Street Fighter Alpha 3 up until the point I did Battle of the Babes, and literally while making that video, she was announced as a Street Fighter 5 character. Harada said that he begged for her to appear in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and it just never happened. So now with the character in a new 3D skin, she has a much better chance at appearing in this title. Give us Rainbow Mika! And finally, the last Tekken character I want to see in Tekken Cross Street Fighter is AwpWilliams. Nina's fine and all, but I feel Nina is a popular character who will most likely appear in the game anyway. With that in mind, I want her sister Anna to accompany her and beat up on Chun-Li and Cammy and sit on them for her win pose animation. Hashtag buff capos. Alright guys, this is AwpWilliams. Make sure to share, rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and remember that you cannot kill an idea. See you guys next time!